What's up, wrestling fans? Hopefully you guys just watched my video about The Undertaker. I know that you probably already knew about the news because the news was everywhere and we're a couple hours late on it, but you want to listen to our video because we gave our opinions on the situation with The Undertaker. So you should go listen to our opinion on it because that's why you're here, right? But anyway, hit that subscribe button down below if you're new to the channel. Don't miss out on the daily wrestling videos and podcasts and news and all the stuff we do wrestling. Most likely you're going to like it, you're going to love it, and your parents are going to hate it. Unless you are your parents, and I'm speaking to older people, in which case your kids will hate it. This is Ronda Rousey. My name is Joe Cronin. This is the Joe Cronin Show. Again, hit that sub button, hit that bell, hit that like, and I'm here with Jake DeMarco. We're talking about Ronda Rousey news. Now, I know about quite a bit of news that's been going on recently, but I literally have no idea what this news is, so I have told Jake not to tell me until right now.
You said, forget it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, so we had discussed on Out of Nowhere previously that, Ronda's schedule certainly leads to us to believe that she'll be seen a bit more. We know that she was at Raw on the 28th. She's not going to be at Raw tonight, according to her schedule that was released, but she will be there next week for the go-home show for Money in the Bank.
That sucked that she's not here tonight because there's been I hate to admit it, but there's been a lot of occasions where she has been the more exciting thing on the damn show.
Absolutely, and she's a breath of fresh air at times, and she's needed. And especially because, a good deal of the fans know so little about her. She still has a lot to prove. It doesn't hurt her character in any way to have her there. I don't think overexposure at this point in time would be a bad thing.
Are you going to get mad at her the way you're mad at Lesnar?
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to book her in a similar stance, I guess, but, not quite as obscure. They want her around a bit more. But according to the schedule here, we'll see her at Money in the Bank and we'll see her the night after. And then from there, she's doing quite a few live events, too. She's in June, the end of June in California. Then she'll be in New York. She'll be in Bridgeport, Connecticut, Buffalo, New York. And then she's scheduled for Raws July 16th. But then she doesn't return to live events or anything until August 20th.
What?
And that's one of the big news things that I wanted to talk about today. There's a lot of news going around from Wrestling Observer to Cage Side Seats to Brian Alvarez that says that the match at Money in the Bank is going to be a very short match. They're saying that it's going to be drastically quick and expect it to be over in the blink of an eye.
Wow, imagine that. Like, the first thing she does is grab Nia Jax's arm and put her in that arm bar and win the belt. Because they're building this whole, like, wow, can you even get the arm bar on me and all these other things, and Nia's a monster.
They're putting a lot of emphasis on that submission hold, and,
they'll just be right away.
I love, the internet culture that immediately, rebuttals the fact that WWE seems to forget that, Nia Jax tapped out multiple times to the armbar itself and other submissions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bayley choked her out in NXT. You had the armbar given to her by several different women, and, Becky did it. It's a ridiculous story for her to be, touting that, oh, you can't stop me when she's been before.
Yeah.
The whole thing is nonsense, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, if she wins the belt like that and then she goes away and does the whole Lesnar thing, I mean, it's irritating at this point. It really is irritating.
So not only is the match expected to be over extremely quick, they're saying blink of an eye type quick. She's supposed to go out there, conquer, defeat, and leave. And then from there, she will not be at the next pay-per-view. She's supposed to miss Extreme Rules. So we won't see her until
just SummerSlam. Okay. All right. I suppose the other belt will be on the line. Then, the other women's title will be on the line. So, that doesn't bother me as much. What bothers me more, it's not that she'll miss Extreme Rules. What bothers me more is that she would miss, these week-to-week shows. Like, I want her on Raw. There's a 3-hour show. If it's missing the women's champion, it's a little ridiculous, especially the star power of Ronda Rousey. And maybe they feel they have all these different stars or whatever that they can bring in. Like, okay, Lesnar comes in almost never, but he comes in once in a while. Roman Reigns is there. He wasn't there. Roman Reigns is going to be on the show tonight, right? He was gone last week.
Yeah, he was set to be on Raw tonight. But, Rousey herself, she won't be there tonight, but she'll be there for the next 3 Raws. So the one before Money in the Bank and the 2 following. and then she'll appear again in the middle of July, and then not until the build up to SummerSlam in August. Other people feel that the match might be over really quick, but she won't win the belt. She'll win, that might end in disqualification, and just to keep the title on Nia until she returns, and then have her win it at a higher, class event like SummerSlam. I could see them doing something like that as well. But it's hard to picture Ronda, even, if she wins by disqualification, to not, fully dominate in her first singles match.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect her to do something like that. I really think that they probably will do that. There's no just bam, she wins the belt. I mean, they're under treading some dangerous territory though. If people start to turn on them, and that could happen. But that's it, man. I want to move on from this. I want to get to the other stuff, and I just want to let everybody know that we'll be live tonight for Raw, but we're going to be doing our quick little Raw preview over on Patreon. So for the patrons, we're doing a little podcast right now. So look for that in a few minutes. It'll be up on Patreon, actually probably up now if you're listening. So go to patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show and check out our bonus wrestling talk over there. We're going to do our Raw preview right now. It's up there. Become a patron. You can hear it. $2 or more patrons will be able to hear that, and it's going up. And shout out to all the new people that are patrons, over 300-something patrons. I mean, we're counting. Robert, Jay, pledged $5, and a bunch of other people. David Cochran, Robert Morris, Brian Ramirez, and Will 10 is back with $10 a month. Steve, thank you guys. You guys all keep the show going. Minnesota Vikings and everybody else. See you over there on Patreon for the little mini Raw preview podcast that we're doing right now. And
Jake, we also have a little bit of news to talk about Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. So make sure you guys, if you're not patrons, you want to go ahead and do that and catch some extra news plus all the extra content you get. Definitely worth it.
Sick, man. We'll see you guys there over on Patreon. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe for more daily wrestling content, news, podcasts, and everything else. And we'll be able to go live again from Joe Cronin Show on July 3rd, I believe. So, yeah, check it out. If you guys missed these other videos, check them out. They're popping up right now for you. Certainly don't miss our Undertaker news. We talked about stuff over there. And we'll see you on Patreon for the downloadable audio podcast about the Raw preview tonight. And I'll be live with the Raw review after Raw on my other channel, youtube.com/corrupted podcast. I threw a bunch of stuff at you guys, so just go down in the description box below and look for the links down there.